This is Keith Fraser for Seconds Out Boxing. I'm here with the very amazing face of boxing on Sky Sports, Adam Smith. Adam, great to see you again.
Nice to see you. How are you?
I'm well. The last time I saw you, as we said, is in our favourite restaurant down in northwest London. We're not here to eat. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Get that in.
Absolutely. With Tony and the guys, it's one of my favourite places. I lived in Bellew Park for many years, and I was a regular there. He took a lot of money from me.
It's true, and no doubt the next time I see him there, he's going to buy me what do you call it? I know, pizza and hummus or whatever it may be. But anyway, Adam, we're here at the press conference, which has just finished between David Haye and Tony Bellew 2. Do you see this fight going any differently to the first?
It's a good question. A lot of rematches tend to go the same way, but then some don't. You know, you had your Gatti Ward trilogies, your Barrera Morales's, where tactics are sort of adapted. Look at Steve Collins and Chris Eubank. When they fought the first time, Eubank was spooked. Collins brought a doctor in who he said was a hypnotist, and it was all a ruse to wind Eubank up and worry him, and it did. And I think the second time around, I wondered what he'd try, and what he did was he out-muscled Chris. He just started off like an absolute train, came out and physically did Eubank. So rematches can go the same way in a slightly different, boxing terms. Mentally, physically, I suppose. This one is a really difficult one to predict. Tony Bellew did everything right last time. He obviously got through the first few rounds, which was the danger period, because most people thought David Haye would blow him away, knock him out quickly. Some people said it was a farce beforehand, and the circus act of the press conferences, and we're just going to get a one-round obliteration. It didn't happen, as so often in boxing. Things take a different turn, and when the two guys are actually in there, I remember Tony coming back to his corner at the end of the first round, and Dave Colwell says, "See, it's not so bad, is it?" And off we went. David came out with huge respect from the fight. Fighting with an Achilles like that for 5-6 rounds, absolutely incredible. But he lost the fight, and there's every chance he'll lose again if Tony can sort of take off where he left off and gets through the first couple again. If the power goes, and he holds on to himself, Tony can win, and he thinks he'll win quicker. If the body breaks down, he'll definitely win. If Haye's body can't stand up to it. The difference here is that, David Haye will go back to basics. He won't believe that he got it right last time. Technically, he's a very skilled fighter. He's with Ismail Salas, who I really regard highly as a trainer. Not that I don't, Shane McGuigan, terrific trainer, but it's a different sort of fight. He's got to go back to the drawing board, and Ismail Salas will try and get the tactics right to hopefully for them outclass Tony round after round. I think it'll be different. I think it'll be lighter this time. He's saying all the right things. He looks lean. He looks fit. On paper, I can just about see why they've made him favourite, although I'm not sure I would have done. I think, that's sort of disrespecting what Tony did in the ring. But the bookies have got Haye favourite because they believe that he's the better fighter. Is he? He may be the better boxer, but is he the better fighter over 12 hard rounds?
There's two variables that I see make this fight different and make this fight interesting as to who to predict. One is that you have a fit right Achilles heel of David Haye. I don't believe that Tony Bellew has seen David Haye's punching power because of that, because of the leverage that he would probably get from that foot when he throws a punch. And secondly, a wounded animal is a dangerous animal. So those are two things that I think could slightly change the way the fight goes. However, I can't predict it either. What do you think?
No, I think you're right in a way, but the first 5 or 6 rounds before the Achilles went, Tony didn't have any trouble with Haye's power. It reminded me a little bit of when Ricky Hatton fought Costas Hugh, when nothing was going to stop him. Costas Hugh was the bigger puncher in there, but he never let him get the leverage on that right hand. He was up close with him. And Tony almost went in there knowing he was going to have more pain than he ever had. And he was sort of ready for that. My slight concern with Tony this time is because he took what David had to offer when David was heavy and maybe slower than he should have been. David's faster this time, and he thinks he can sort of walk through the power a bit, Tony, then he might walk himself into trouble. If he goes in, Tony, with the same mentality that, it's fearful, it's worried about that power, which I'm sure Dave Colwell will make sure that he does, then it may be that David doesn't have the success against him. But yes, a fit, right, 100% 100% David Haye, and I think he said up there that he's not going to weigh himself, that the weight's not important. I think it is. I think he came in too heavy last time. I think he's going to come in lighter, and I think he's going to look for tactics and technical skills as opposed just to trying to blast him out.
Well, it's been great talking to Adam Smith, the face of Sky Sports Boxing. I love your coverage, by the way. I love your presenting. Your interviews may not be quite as good as mine, but that's beside the point. No, I'm only kidding you. But it's great to see you, Adam.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you.